Lovelies and hello family and welcome. This is Kimberly Purpoz and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be on a different topic. We're going to talk about dreams, but before we start I need to share with you all my counseling and wellness center, Purpoz Counseling and Wellness Center. This is my website. Feel like you're falling apart? Let us help you find the missing pieces of your life. Purpoz Counseling and Wellness Center, PCWC, provides a variety of therapeutic counseling services geared towards helping individuals, families, and their communities. Our goal is to assist individuals holistically through our transpersonal counseling and psychological services. So this is my website, you guys. I do have openings for clients. So if you all are interested in receiving counseling or even spiritual readings, I also do card readings as well. And, come and check me out today. But this is my website. So let's get started, you guys. I want to go ahead and bring you on to, we're going to be talking about sleep paralysis and dreams. First, I want to touch on dreams and what the indigenous people look like, thought about dreams here in the Americas. I want to start off with that, and I'm going to share with you all my experience with dreams, and also mainly with sleep paralysis. My experience with sleep paralysis I had a few years ago that I wanted to share with you all, and also I want to go over some of the some of the scientific theories behind sleep paralysis, and also about what the indigenous people thought about sleep paralysis and everything, and some tips I can give to those who are going through it, and what I did when I had experienced it and everything. But it can be a frightening event, but we're going to get to that. But first of all, I wanted to share with the Native Americans. First of all, this is a really nice article about sleeping beliefs and legends from around the world. I'm not going to go over all the this whole article because it's quite lengthy. I'm going to go straight to the point about the Native Americans and the American Aborigines. It says here, it's just one paragraph I wanted to go over. It says here, the Native Americans of Benaki tribe believe the dreams are a source of something even greater than prophecy. In fact, they believe the Great Spirit created the world on a great turtle's back before drifting to sleep. There he dreamed of the animals and people of the world, and upon wakening, saw that in dreams of them he had created all the inhabitants of the earth. See, isn't this beautiful? And they believe that this is like you're experiencing creating all the inhabitants of the earth. Is like very deep. They have really deep meanings about dreams, and some believe that you have out-of-body experiences, and that you can connect with loved ones from the past, who have passed on. But everybody has different theories about these dream states. But in this particular video, I'm not going to go too much on the dream part, because I'm going to probably do another video on dreams in particular. But I want to talk about sleep apnea. Not sleep apnea, but sleep paralysis. That's what I want to talk about, sleep paralysis. And sleep paralysis, for those of y'all who don't know, is when you go to sleep, and when you're about to wake up, you feel like something is on top of you, or you feel like you're being attacked by some or spirit or something is in a room with you, and you have a hard time breathing. You feel like you're being suffocating. There has been several theories about what causes sleep paralysis. We're going to go on over to that page. I pulled up this article from WebMD. Now, the dream article, I'm going to put a link to that I was on. Let me go back to it. This particular article, I forgot to introduce it to you. I believe it came from Dreams, and it's just called Dreams. It's a website on Dreams, and it's from the UK. And the author, I try to give credit to the author, is Lee Horan. I'll put a link to that if y'all want to read about the dreams part, you can. But over here, I want to go more into the sleep paralysis. Now, dreams supposed to be a great thing, you know, supposed to. But some people have nightmares and everything, and have problems with their sleep. And sleep paralysis is, for me, my experience was quite frightening. And some people, medical doctors, believe that there's something to that. I've read articles about it's due to lack of sleep or something going on with the mind, the brain. The brain is not connecting when you're waking up. That you're in the middle of REM sleep, REM sleep, and it's all sorts of theories, you know, behind it. But I'm going to share with you what it says in WebMD. This article is called Sleep Paralysis. I believe that's, it's sleep paralysis. And the author here, don't think they have an author. I'm looking for the author's name. Let's see. Don't see an author's name on here. But I'll put a link to this article. I just want to go over the definition of sleep paralysis so you can have an idea what it's like. It says, sleep researchers conclude sleep paralysis a symptom of serious problems. And then I'm going to just have a definition. No, it doesn't go straight into this. Sleep researchers conclude that in most cases, sleep paralysis is simply a sign that your body is not moving smoothly through the stages of sleep. Rarely is sleep paralysis linked to deep underlying psychiatric problems. Over the centuries, symptoms of sleep paralysis have been described in many ways and often attributed to an evil presence, unseen, night demons. In ancient times, the old hag in Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, and aliens abductors. Almost every culture throughout history has had stories of shadowy evil creatures that terrify them helplessly human at night. People have long sought explanations for this mysterious sleep time paralysis and accompanying feelings of terror. And for those of y'all who have never experienced it, just be thankful you haven't. It was not a pleasant experience for me at all. I did not like it at all. Here's the definition. It says sleep paralysis is a feeling of being conscious but unable to move. It occurs when a person passes between stages of wakefulness and sleep. During these transitions, you may be unable to move, speak for a few seconds up to minutes. Some people may feel pressure or a sense of choking. Sleep paralysis may accompany other sleep disorders such as narcolepsy. Narcolepsy is an overcoming need to sleep caused by a problem with the brain abilities to regulate sleep. And then it says here, when does sleep paralysis occur? Sleep paralysis occurs as one or two times. It occurs when you falling asleep. It's called hypnagogic or predominant sleep paralysis. If it happens as you're waking up, it's called hypopompic, or post-dormital sleep paralysis. And I'm going to share with you all my experience with sleep paralysis. I'm going to go back to this picture over here because I think it's, sorry about that, you guys. Right here, I think this is beautiful. But I'm going to share you all my story and my experience. I just wanted to go over the definition of what WebMD said, what sleep paralysis is. I experienced it a few years ago. It was a very terrifying experience for me. And I wasn't going to talk about this, but I feel like, hey, maybe I should. Spirit, the Most High is telling me I should. Me, personally, the indigenous people believe that it was evil spirit or something like that. And in a way, I was not sure. And then doctors are showing that there's some medical things that might cause it as well. But me, I was really, at that time, my son was still alive, my youngest, one who was had a lot of health issues. And I was taking care of a special needs child. But he had cerebral palsy. But he was constantly going in and out of the hospital, and I was not getting a lot of sleep because I was up with him, and I wasn't getting a lot of nursing hours. Being a single mom, I didn't have the support in watching my son, so I had to stay up a lot for 24-hour care with him. And then I was also in school and going through a doctoral program, so I was really tired. So I went on ahead, and things weren't going quite right in my life, and I was just getting frustrated. And I told God, I just give up. What's the point of believing in God? And I was just mad. And Spirit's telling me I need to share this story. That same night, literally, when I went to sleep, I said, what's the point of having God in my life if nothing's going right? I said that. And that's when I had the sleep paralysis. And I felt like I was being attacked. When I tried to wake up, I was in such a deep sleep. When I woke up, I saw shadowy figures all around my room, it seemed like. And I was in such a deep sleep that I was having a hard time waking up. I couldn't breathe, and I was stuck. And I felt something hovering over me and touching all over me, my legs. And I couldn't move, and I was just stuck there. And I woke up, and when I finally was able to move, I got on my knees and I prayed. And I said, oh, Most High, God, I need you. Please, the Most High. Why? Please help me. Archangel Michael, please come back. I need y'all help. But anyway, after I said that, I didn't have that experience no more. So me personally, I believe it can be a spiritual thing. And I think it was a combination too of my health, because I was not getting sleep. I was constantly giving my son 24-hour care, and also in school studying, trying to do a lot on my own, just not getting any sleep. So I went almost a whole week without getting, lack of sleep. And I was reading an article in one of these medical journals that was saying that lack of sleep can also contribute to sleep paralysis. So I just wanted to share my story and tell you that I personally experienced it. It was a scary feeling. Another thing I did was too, I also got my crystals, amethyst, because I was reading that crystals can be quite healing. And I bought me an amethyst stone because I heard that that's the stone of Archangel Michael, and also that it's a way of protecting yourself. It's a protection stone. And it protects you from these entities. And if you all ever decide to get a crystal, I got another channel that goes more into that on Purpoz TV. I'll put a link to that. I talk about crystals and all sorts of stuff, holistic healing techniques on that channel. I'll go into more depth. Angels, cards, angel card readings I do. Spiritual counseling that I do as well. And we just talk about the mind, body, and spirit as a whole, more holistic healing. We talk about Reiki, we talk about meditation, breathing exercises, you name it, on that channel. I just launched it. You might want to check that one out. But I'll go more into detail. But I wanted to talk to you about my experience with sleep paralysis. And it's definitely real, you guys. It really is. But I wanted to also talk about what is in this scholarly journal article about sleep paralysis. It's about, this is based on the Brazilian folklore and other cultures, and they just pretty much gives you an overview. And I guess they use scientific research to see if there's any, I guess, oh, I'm sorry, I can't move myself. Sorry about you guys. Can I move up? No, I can't. I have to use to move the document, you guys, because when I move myself, you don't see me at all. But anyway, the title of this article is Sleep Paralysis in Brazilian Folklore and Other Cultures, a brief review. And this particular article was written by Josie, F.R. Josie. And so, and their team, it's another person here, Sergio, Josie, Jose, I'm not Josie, I'm sorry, you guys. It's sort of late tonight. Jose and Sergio. But I'm going to put a link to this article. It's published on September 7th, 2016. And it was published in Frontier Psychology. This is an interesting article because what they're doing is, I guess, trying to see if there's a correlation between indigenous cultures and folklores and their beliefs with sleep paralysis, and based on, and also based on scientific research and psychological research to see if there's any type of supporting evidence that these theories of the indigenous peoples are correct, these stories that they share, and to see if there's any type of correlation. It says here in this abstract, I'm going to just read the abstract because this is a lengthy article too. I'll also put a link to this article as well. It says sleep paralysis, SP, that's what they call it in this article, is a dissociative state that occurs mainly during awakening. And it says SP is characterized by altered motor perceptual emotions and cognitive functions, such as inability to perform voluntarily, movement, visual hallucination, feeling of chest pain, pressure, delusions from frightening, presence, in some cases, fear of impending death. Most people experience SP rarely, but typically when sleeping in supine position, that's like laying on your back and looking up at the ceiling. And so that's pretty much a medical term. I know that because I'm a CNA and also a medical assistant, studying to be a medical assistant. So as well as a therapist. So here it is. It says, however, SP is considered a disease, parasomnia. But the supine position is on laying down position in the bed. And it says reoccurred and is associated to emotional burdens. Interestingly, throughout human history, different people interpreted SP under a supernatural view. And it says here, for example, Canadian Eskimos attribute SP to spells of the shamans who hindered the ability to move and provoked hallucinations and shapeless presence. In Japanese tradition, SP is due to a vengeful spirit that suffocates its enemy while sleeping. In Nigerian culture, a female demon attacks during the dreaming and provokes paralysis. A modern manifestation of SP is reported of alien abductions. And yeah, some people believe that's aliens abducting you. And that's another theory that we have today. And it says an inability to move during awakening associated with visual hallucinations of aliens. And all SP is a significant example of how a specific biological phenomenon is interpreted and shaped by different cultural contexts. And it says it can vary based on what an individual person believes, pretty much how a person perceives from their culture of what is going on with them when they're in this particular state of not being able to move. And it says, in order to further explore the psychology of SP, in this review, we presented the Pizzaderia, a character of Brazilian folklore originated in the country southeast, but also found in other regions with varying names. And then says here that Pizzaderia is described as a crone with long fingernails who lurch on roofs at night and tramples on the chest of those who sleep on a full stomach with the belly up. See, on their back, your stomach is up. And it says this legend is mentioned in many anthropological accounts. However, we found no comprehensive reference on the Pizzaderia from the perspectives of sleep science. Here we aim to fill this gap. We first review the neuropsychological aspect of SP, then present the folktale of Pizzaderia. Finally, we summarize many historical, artistic manifestations of SP in different cultures, emphasizing the similarities and differences with Pizzaderia. And then it's pretty much the key words here is the sleep paralysis, Pizzaderia tale, ethnopsychology. I think that's so neat. That's pretty much done different cultures within psychology and human behavior. And then it's transcultural psychiatry, REM sleep, hypnopompic hallucinations. So this sounds like a really good read, you guys. And like I said, it's based on different cultures. And I guess with me, I was seeing shadowy figures when I was going through the sleep paralysis. And so when I experienced, I knew I had to do some changes because I didn't want to go through that no more, because it is a frightening experience. And I experienced it when I first woke up. I was in a really deep sleep, and it felt like something was sitting on top of me. And I found another article, you guys. This is an article called Sleep Paralysis and the Monsters Inside Your Mind. Behavior and society research suggests that cultural beliefs about the phenomenon make it more terrifying to experience. And that's true. This is more research. And it shows how that this, you see this happening in many cultures, and how, it's very similar in the different beliefs within these cultures to believe, but I did some reading, and I can go back to WebMD. But let me tell you guys this. I'm gonna go back to the article. This article was in Scientific American and Behavior and Society, and it was written by Baland Jalal on January 15, 2020. So it's a very good read. I'm not going to read this one. I might have to do another video if y'all are interested. I might do another video further explaining and talking about sleep paralysis if you all want to talk about it. But I just thought this was a really good article to read. It's just talking about people's different experiences with sleep paralysis and what they saw and what they felt, and how there's a strong correlation between a person's personal culture and how they experience it firsthand. But we're going to go back to WebMD, because I do believe that sleep paralysis is also tied to some of the things that you're doing physically. And I'm not sure if it's in this article, but I read an article about lack of sleep. Here it is. This is it. I read this article from Reb and Dean. That's how I helped myself with my sleep apnea issue that I had, because I know I didn't want to go through that again, because it was just very frightening, but anytime you feel like you can't breathe and something is on top of you and you're suffocating, it can be quite scary and very frightening. But these symptoms, I wanted to go over who they found in different studies what causes sleep apnea scientifically, because there are some scientific reasons behind sleep apnea. Me personally, I believe spirituality has something to it, but I also believe too it could be a health issue. As a therapist, you can't forget about the physiological problems that can occur. And of course, in WebMD doesn't mean that you have a psychiatric issue, because to have sleep paralysis, it don't have to be anything mentally wrong with you. Anybody can have it. But these are some of the factors that can contribute to having sleep apnea and some of the things you can do. And it says, who develops sleep paralysis? Not sleep apnea. I keep on saying sleep apnea. Sleep paralysis. But it says here, who develops sleep paralysis? It says up to as many as 4 out of 10 people may have sleep paralysis. This common condition is often first noticed in the teen years, but men and women of any age can have it. Sleep paralysis may run in families. Other factors that may be linked to sleep paralysis include, like I was saying, lack of sleep. When I experienced the sleep paralysis, I didn't get no sleep for a whole week. I just constantly stayed up all night because I was worried about my son, and I wanted to make sure he was okay, and I wasn't getting the nursing help that I need, because he was approved nursing hours, so I had to stay up with him a lot. And I was studying and pulling long hours in the doctoral program that I was in. And so I just did not get a chance to take care of self. So lack of sleep is very much a common factor that contributes to having sleep paralysis. And it says sleep schedule changes, and that was what happened to me, and I'm pretty sure it happened to others. Mental conditions such as stress, and I was going through stress at that time. And it said also bipolar. Some people who have bipolar, mental health issues can have it as well. And then it says here, sleeping on the back. And that's what I was doing. Sleeping on the back can cause it as well. And other sleep problems such as narcolepsy or nighttime leg cramp. And it says use of certain medications, such as those as with ADHD. People are taking ADHD medications, and substance abuse. If you're on some sort of certain drugs can cause you to have more sleep paralysis and sleep issues as well. So yeah. I wanted to share, this is a very important article. It really helped me out a bunch because I was panicking when I had experienced it myself, and I wanted to hurry up and do something about it because I didn't want that to continuously happen, because it's not a pleasant experience. Trust me, it's not. When you feel like you can't breathe, and something is in the room with you, it freaks you out. So yeah. So it's very important to take care of your health, you guys. So when you're going, if you ever, any of you all who experience it or know someone who experienced sleep paralysis, make sure these some tips that you can look at, like taking care of your health for one thing. Self-care is very important, very, very important. And also, you may want to be evaluated by a doctor. So they have doctors that are specialized in sleep that can help you with understanding what is going on with you. If it becomes a continuous problem, always consult your doctor. And so But yeah, I looked into this and I realized what mine was. Mine was the first three of it. The first ones at the top: the lack of sleep, my sleeping schedule, and going through stress. Those top three for me, and that's what caused mine. And once I made sure I got plenty of sleep, went to bed, made sure I was on more of a better schedule, and also I could reconnect spiritually, because I felt like I was disconnected, and I was just angry at the world, because I think everything was falling apart at that time. But when I got myself clear and brought more balance and reconnected to the Most High and universal energy and the angels, I realized that things got a lot better for me. And also the crystals helped me, and for whoever else, these are some of the tips I give to you all who experienced it. And so I would love to see what you all think. I would definitely love to see what you all think. I'm going to put a link to these articles, because I believe that it's very important to understand what's going on with you. It's good to have your own spiritual beliefs, which is great, but also look at the physical as well. It's a combination. You got to look at it all as a whole. That's why I said, holistic is very important. Whole person is very important, and understanding what is going on and get a better picture and bringing more of a balance. But I would love to see what you all think. Have you all experienced sleep paralysis? Please share below. What did you do to help with your sleep paralysis? Or do you know of anybody who suffered sleep paralysis? And do you believe that it's a combination of your physical health and spirituality, or mental health as well? Or do you think it's just one of each? I would like to see what you all think, And yeah, I would probably do more videos on dreams if y'all are interested, and maybe even go more further in depth. So if you like these types of videos, let me know. Till next time, love and peace, family. Bye-bye.